Here's how you use MOTU Mega Construx Figures in model cars. Right, now you can see why I took Beastman and Faker out of their packages. Because by an amazing coincidence, the Mega Construx MOTU figures, like the Air Raiders before them, fit perfectly in the seats of 24 scale model cars. It's an idea I had earlier today, and I wanted to see if it would actually work. And as you can see, it did. Now you see the actual pictures of Beastman and Faker in the model car. So after I took that video, I decided to take the detailed pictures from all sides, front and back. And those are not the only two figures, and this is not the only model car they fit in. That's just starting with the Miami Vice Daytona Spider. As you see here, Skeletor can fit into an 18 scale Volkswagen and nearly touch the steering wheel, but he was a bit small. And then I tried putting Tila into the, car, the repainted kit. But as you see, just like Magnum, she was too tall for the T-top frame, so you had to leave the window out. So that's why the true convertible, like the Miami Vice Daytona Spider, was best, because she just didn't fit otherwise. And as you can see from a few pictures here, as I mentioned the Air Raiders in that brief video clip, here are the Air Raiders, which are pretty well the same scale as MOTU Mega Construx. They fit in model cars as well. No, their arms are not meant to grip anything. So there they are hanging out in the Miami Vice Daytona Spider, but they can almost touch the steering wheel, so that works. And here is He-Man and Tila in the Miami Vice Daytona Spider. There's Brian's Eclipse in the background. And they had their weapons in the back seat, as you'll see more clearly in the next picture. There you are. And that's a zoomed in picture. This was a zoomed out picture. There's Brian's Eclipse in the background, and there's Kit right by the right rear section. And so they look quite happy there. You can see everything piled in the back seat. And of course, that was part of the Battle for Eternia 5-pack. Since I had about 5 model cars on the shelf, I just put them on in between. And these are not the only figures. As you can see here, you have the vintage Castle Grayskull with a 24 scale model car in front of the drawbridge. That is Model 35, the 1997 Bruce Campbell Herbie, I believe. And you can see they're in there. Now that's just sitting loosely on top of the chassis with the seats and everything in it. So don't worry too much about that. You can see the separated chassis here. Now granted, Castle Grayskull is meant for the 5.5-inch figures. But that's just a brief example of the different scales, and you see why the 24 scale model car is most appropriate, and how these figures can fit in place. And then of course, I got a picture just recently of Tila in the pink Tila in the Miami Vice Daytona Spider. So now you go to that video. This is a brief preview of transition video number 2, model building into MOTU set building. And as you can see, the Mega Construx figure, especially of Tila, fits perfectly into the 24 scale model car. Her legs even fit under the steering wheel, and her hands are almost in position to grip it. Now, I'm not going to try that too much, though. And, careful, you don't want to break the steering wheel. But, there, she is sitting back in the chair a bit better now, see? Now, I don't know if her arms will stretch out far enough to grip the steering wheel. I'm going to test that. 1 minute. Arms not quite long enough to reach the steering wheel. But that's a minor inconvenience. The fact that she can fit in this car at all, and her head is just in line with the headrest, is quite enough for me. There's her base. There's her sword. There's her shield. So that is definite evidence right there that MOTU Mega Construx figures are perfectly in scale with model cars. Now we're going to take her out and have her stand beside it. Now, I deliberately chose the pink Tila because it goes with the neon color aesthetic of the 1980s. So as you can see, she stands beside the car. And if we put the car this way, move her closer to the driver's seat, there you go. Ow. Just give me 1 moment here. I'm going to find a flatter surface. 1 second. Pay no attention to the Enterprise D in the background, but there you go. There is the best angle to show how tall she is relating to the car, but you know her head comes up to the headrest, so that's a good angle there. And if you zoom out, you can see that she's pretty well in scale with the other figures. And if you look at Doc from the Back to the Future car, you can actually see that the Lego figure is significantly shorter than the in-scale figure. Marty on his skateboard is better. Anyway, that is a brief preview of transition video number 2. I'll be doing a full model build slideshow with all the pictures of figures in model cars. And there is a video from the summer of 21, a brief excerpt that is part of this as well that you'll see before this footage. Anyway, that's all for now, and we'll see you here later. Bye-bye. So that was the full video for MOTU Mega Construx in model cars, and on Friday I'm going to transition to the first Mega Construx build for this channel. Bye-bye.